So, we have returned from our break with our star Deli on the Deli Show. And now, Deli, you know, we've got to prove to the people who are watching this content that you know what you're talking about. And since our university system has become so corrupt that showing them some kind of certificate from them would be worthless at this point.
That's not true. The university I went to was phenomenal.
You think the university system's phenomenal?
The university I went to was phenomenal.
But
Damn, you're supposed to ask me.
we were going on. Listen,
No, but
my point was, we've got to prove to the people that you know what you're talking about. I think the best way to prove that you are a well-educated person is to make some predictions. Make them now. We'll have them up. We'll have an official record, and we will go back to them at some point.
All right, prediction.
All right.
Here's one.
Okay, Mark. He is going to get his cigarettes.
I'm here. Prediction.
It's time for some predictions.
Trump gets reelected.
So Trump gets reelected.
Lobo runs for president.
All right. So let me get this straight. Let's do one at a time. You think Donald Trump is going to beat Joe Biden? You want to explain why you think that?
Because at the end of the day, no matter how much he botched these protests, no matter how much of a scumbag he was, that he made those fucking cops clear out the fucking protesters because you were pissed off because your ego was hurt because everyone thought you were a coward and a pussy because you hunkered down in the basement or in a bunker in the White House and the lights were off. So he just did that, just to flex some muscle. So he could just walk across the street and go to the church. It was all publicity. At the end of the day, no matter how much all those kids hate Trump, they're not voting behind him. The youth is not. You can ask every person, you can ask people who were at that protest, who you voting for, and they'll be like, they would pause. Not because of Trump, it's all because of Biden, because they realize, Biden's bad, Biden's not good.
I don't know about that. If you mean young people, maybe people in your generation, but I think the people in my generation who are just becoming old enough to vote, they might feel differently. They might actually vote for Joe Biden.
Nah, Joe Biden was accused of raping a woman that's never going away.
Raping a woman that's never going away.
Because if you do the whole Me Too movement.
Well, I mean, who? Joe Biden?
Yeah, Joe Biden.
I mean, Donald Trump was too. He managed to get away with it.
No, Joe Biden, Anonymous just revealed 2 days ago the court case, the settlement cases, the documents and settlement cases that Donald Trump was supposedly involved in, involving like 13-year-old girls and 11-year-old girls.
All right, so first prediction right there. Donald Trump is going to beat Joe Biden. We're going to have to check on this again.
No, because it's also the fact that because the majority of Bernie Sanders supporters are not going into a voter's booth and they're not walking into a voter's booth and voting for Joe Biden. They're not going to. Anyone who doesn't agree with the lesser of two evils as a rational choice or rational way of thinking, it's not going into a voter's booth and voting for Joe Biden.
Mark Rivera says raping women seems to be a required to qualify for president. Raping women seems to be required to qualify for president, he says. How do you feel about that?
Sure, he's right.
So, I mean, Joe Biden, another reason to vote for him. But whatever. That's not so important. The more important thing here is the predictions. So,
I think the biggest prediction, baseball is going to be shorter from now on. Baseball's never going to go back to 162 games.
Interesting. You think it's just going to be short? Why is that?
Because people already realize it's too long. And now with the whole thing with COVID-19 changed sports forever, and I think...
Yeah, so what the hell's going on with that? How are they doing this? They just canceled everything?
They canceled everything. They're trying to restart the NBA. They have a plan. They want to run by the players. The NFL, as of right now, is all like nothing's stopping football. They're like, we'll play to nobody. People wouldn't care. They wouldn't care as long as we get fucking football going. They don't give a fuck.
Play to nobody, yeah. I mean, they're just going to play. They. I don't know if people are going to take going to the stadium so seriously.
They will. Why wouldn't they? After, well, look at what the protest showed. The protest showed millions of people around the world protesting no mask, elbow to elbow. COVID-19 was not. Even though the virologists and
See, we test my predictions too. So if we have an opposing viewpoint, we see who wins. Anyway, now let's get some more things for this year that are going to turn true for 2020.
Amy Klobuchar is going to be Joe Biden's vice president.
You just said he wasn't going to get. You said he wasn't going to get.
He still needs to have a vice president
nominee, right? So who's it going to be?
Amy Klobuchar.
Amy Klobuchar. Klobuchar. All right. You want to give people some reasons, or do you want to just move on to the next one?
Because there was like some leaked reports saying that he was like going to favor her.
Hmm.
And some people were saying Kamala Harris, but that's not happening.
Mark says, if no crowd sporting events continue, interest in sports may decline, and that would mean a lack of talent in the future. So is that what they've been doing now? They've just been doing it to no crowd?
Well, in South Carolina, but the thing is, football, I believe, has been on its way out, though. Statistically, if you look at the numbers of peewees, it's gone down. Like, people have been picking up football in high school. Like, they just want to have football only, like, senior, like.
What was that? You got birds in this thing?